What happens when a WNBA player starts caring more about filters than free throws? Just ask Angel Reese. Her latest stunt didn't just turn heads, it turned stomachs. Even her own fans were left rubbing their temples, wondering what happened to the player they used to root for. While Angel's been busy trying to break the internet, Caitlin Clark's been breaking records and barriers. One's chasing clout, the other's chasing greatness. Are you Team Clark or Team Reese? Let us know down in the comments below. Imagine if Angel spent half as much time on her drop step as she does on her selfies. Instead, she's walking red carpets, complaining about salaries, and perfecting her influencer pose. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's off-season looks like something straight out of a Rocky training montage. 5 a.m. workouts, endless drills, and enough sweat to flood a gym. 2 women, 2 paths. One hungry for fame, the other hungry for wins. And now, Sue Bird has stepped in to deliver the kind of truth Angel Reese can't afford to ignore. It's really fun, rewarding, and also interesting to watch these younger athletes step into their professional careers. Obviously, Caitlin and Angel are 2 great examples. Let's be honest, the contrast between these 2 couldn't be sharper. While one WNBA star is deleting opponents off the court, another self-proclaimed Bayou Barbie is strutting down the Victoria's Secret runway pretending she's an angel. Yes, really. That was Angel Reese's latest headline. Not a dominant performance, not an off-season breakthrough, but a lingerie fashion show. And fans weren't buying it. The backlash was instant. People started asking, is she a basketball player or a brand ambassador who occasionally picks up a ball? Right, like so much earlier, these athletes are thinking about themselves as businesses, as brands, and it's amazing because they're carrying that with them to the WNBA, and so everything's just bigger. It's a fair question. Reese's critics say her priorities have flipped. Her social media feed looks like a highlight reel of designer outfits, not defensive stops. She's trying to build a persona when what she really needs to build is a postgame. It's like she wants to be a Kardashian with a crossover, except the crossover part seems optional. Now compare that to Caitlin Clark. The same week Angel was posing for cameras, Clark was grinding through off-season workouts that would make veteran pros sweat. She's studying film, improving her handles, and expanding her range. That's the difference between hype and hunger. Clark's not just refining her game, she's redefining what it means to be a professional. No filters, no excuses, just relentless effort. And that's why people gravitate toward her. She doesn't need gimmicks to stay relevant. Her work speaks louder than any PR stunt ever could. Every fan, every teammate, every coach can see the difference. One player's building a legacy, the other's building an online following. For now they're in that world, and so my only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day, that is your vehicle. Enter Sue Bird, 4-time WNBA champion, Olympic gold medalist, and the living definition of credibility. She didn't name Angel directly, but her comments were a masterclass in subtle shade. Focus on the game, Bird said. The rest will follow. Translation: less posing, more playing. When Sue Bird speaks, the league listens, and this time, her words hit like a perfectly timed block. Bird's message was simple but devastating. You can't fake greatness. Real success requires focus, consistency, and humility. 3 things Caitlin Clark has mastered and Angel Reese keeps ignoring. Whether Sue meant it as advice or a warning, the takeaway is clear. Angel's living in the spotlight, but Caitlin and Sue are the ones actually earning it. Everyone knew exactly who she was talking about when she compared athletes' brands to their games. Bird even invoked LeBron James, pointing out how a global superstar still finds time to grind every single day despite juggling business ventures, family, and media. Translation: look, it can be done. She might as well have stared straight through Reese's designer sunglasses and said, see the difference. Bird's warning went far deeper than missing a few workouts. It wasn't shade, it was strategy. She was reminding younger players that fame fades, but discipline lasts. She's saying, stop worrying about your camera angles and start worrying about your crossover. Bird's message was about longevity, the kind of career that keeps paying you long after the highlight reels stop. And while Sue Bird's out here dropping Hall of Fame wisdom, where's Angel Reese? Oh, doing podcast tours, posing for red carpets, and once again complaining about her salary. It's giving Real Housewives of the WNBA vibes. The disconnect is glaring. One player talks legacy, the other posts luxury. Here's the thing. Bird's not ranting for clout. She's earned the right to speak because she's seen what happens when talent gets distracted. The list of players who chased fame before fundamentals is long, and none of them aged well. The body stops cooperating, the numbers dip, and soon you're a trivia question instead of a threat. When Bird says, focus on the game, it's not a slogan, it's survival advice, because the second you prioritize your brand over your box score, your shot starts looking like a blooper reel. And Reese, bless her heart, already has one. Fans notice it, teammates notice it, and veterans like Sue Bird definitely notice it. Sure, Reese still says she's focused on basketball, but when's the last time anyone saw proof? Her training videos look more like perfume commercials, jump cuts, slow-mo filters, motivational music, and not a beat of sweat in sight. No one's saying players can't build their image or enjoy the spotlight, but when the spotlight becomes the goal instead of the byproduct, that's when you're in trouble. And right now, Angel Reese's priorities are flashing red. She's a rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut about herself, who ran their best player out of town, the coach got fired, and she started a podcast 5 seconds into the thing, creating all this controversy shown over there. And she's not just hearing it from legends like Bird. The heavy hitters are lining up. Dave Portnoy, never one to bite his tongue, absolutely torched her on Barstool Sports, calling her antics classless. He didn't mince words. He's sick of seeing her everywhere but the court. In his world, the formula's simple. Ballers should ball, not influence. Or as he put it, hey Angel, maybe trade one of those photo shoots for a few extra free throws. Imagine if your first-round draft pick had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything the league as a rookie? Please. Yeah. Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down, just in the gym, ready to go. It's only you'll hear a peep from her. She cares out on look, so you got me wound up, Reese. If that stung, what came next burned worse. Shaquille O'Neal, yes, the LSU icon, Reese's supposed mentor, jumped in with a reality check that hit like a screen from Prime Shock. He compared Reese's current path to players who had all the flash but none of the follow-through. The subtext was brutal. Talent alone doesn't make you a star. Work does. For someone like Shaq, who built his empire off dominance and charisma, that's not an insult. It's a wake-up call. Because let's face it, Shaq knows both sides of fame. He was larger than life off the court, but he earned that privilege by being unstoppable on it. He's not hating, he's warning. You can't market potential forever. Eventually, fans expect production. So with Bird, Portnoy, and Shaq all sounding the alarm, you'd think Angel Reese would be locked in the gym right now, putting in overtime to silence the critics. But instead, more selfies, more edits, more captions about being doubted. The irony? No one's doubting her looks, just her work ethic. That's the tragedy of it. Reese has charisma, presence, and legitimate skill. But she's treating basketball like a side hustle instead of her craft. She's got every tool to be great, yet she's choosing to chase engagement instead of evolution. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's living proof of what real focus looks like. While Reese is editing her next video, Clark's editing her footwork. Her off-season isn't a vacation, it's a laboratory. She's in there dissecting weaknesses, breaking down film, and adding new dimensions to her game. Every rep, every drill, every shot is intentional. She's not just practicing, she's perfecting. Her strength coach even said Clark trains with a level of obsession that borders on scary. She's lifting heavier, moving faster, and re-engineering her body to handle tougher defenses next season. Her scrimmages look like playoff battles, not pickup games. And that's the difference. Angel Reese wants to be admired, Caitlin Clark wants to be legendary. First up, ball handling under pressure. Caitlin Clark's already a magician with the basketball, but even magicians refine their tricks. Let's not forget, she led the league in turnovers during her first season. But here's the thing, most of those weren't bad decisions. They were the growing pains of a player whose passing vision is years ahead of her teammates. She was threading needles that most players can't even see, and half the time her teammates were a split second too slow to react. Still, Clark's not one to make excuses. She's tackling that flaw head-on, sharpening her control in traffic and mastering those tight-space dribbles against double and triple teams, the kind that have become a nightly ritual for her. But guess who led the league in turnovers in 2025 because of bad decisions? You guessed it, Angel Reese. Next, the mid-range game, Clark's missing puzzle piece. Everyone knows about her ridiculous logo threes and her absurd finishing touch at the rim. She shot 62% inside 5 feet last season, which is elite territory even for NBA guards. But that mid-range shot, that's been the one place defenders could breathe. So now, she's closing that gap. She's added a smooth floater, a quick pull-up jumper, and the kind of rhythm dribble that makes defenders guess wrong every single time. Once that shot becomes automatic, good luck guarding her. If you push up, she drives. If you sag, she burns you. Then there's the contact. Caitlin Clark's fearless. She's never shied away from attacking the rim. But the WNBA's physicality is another level entirely. These aren't college defenders. These are pros who'll bump you, hack you, and still call it clean. So what's Clark doing? She's training to finish through that punishment. Simulated game hits, core strength drills, resistance work. The kind of grind that leaves bruises but builds dominance. She's not just taking the contact now, she's embracing it. And that's the terrifying part. This isn't maintenance, this is evolution. Clark isn't just fine-tuning her game, she's rewriting her ceiling. Imagine a Caitlin Clark who's unbothered by traps, deadly from mid-range, and unstoppable through contact. Combine that with her signature deep threes and quarterback-level court vision, and you've got a player who's borderline unfair. It's like giving Superman armor and saying, just in case. Next season, WNBA, defenders are going to need therapy. But here's the twist. All this progress doesn't come at the expense of her humanity. Clark's not just building her game, she's building her brand the right way. She's still connecting with fans, doing charity work and inspiring kids, but she's not letting the fame swallow her purpose. Her off-court life complements her career, not competes with it. While Angel Reese is turning her off-season into a fashion tour, Caitlin Clark's showing what balance really looks like. She's using her influence to give back, not show off. When she's not in the gym, she's at youth camps, charity drives, and community events. And she's doing it without turning it into a photo shoot. She's not posting thirst traps or picking Twitter fights. She's posting her workouts, her team moments, her growth. Her social media isn't about vanity, it's about vulnerability, showing the hard work behind the highlights. There is really nothing you can do as a defense but hope the ball doesn't go at the bat. That's the level of greatness that Caitlin Clark can get to, where the defense's only hope is that she misses. That's why fans love her. She's not trying to manufacture inspiration. She is the inspiration. People see her commitment and it's contagious. She's proof that you can be marketable without being manufactured. That authenticity still wins. So what does all this mean for the future of the WNBA? Simple. Caitlin Clark isn't just raising her own game. She's raising the bar for everyone. She's proving that you don't have to pick between being a brand and being a baller. You can be both, as long as basketball comes first. She's redefining what it means to be a modern athlete. Skill first, spotlight second. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is still chasing cameras and headlines. Her off-season is a blur of photo ops, interviews, and self-promotion. And sure, that keeps her name in circulation. But for how long? Attention fades, skill doesn't. Longevity in the WNBA isn't built on followers, it's built on fundamentals. It's earned through consistency, humility, and showing up when nobody's watching. Caitlin Clark's already figured that out. Every day, every rep, every shot, she's building something permanent. Angel Reese might be enjoying her moment, but Caitlin Clark's building her era. Are you Team Clark or Team Reese? Let us know down in the comments below.